Before we talk about the games from yesterday, I always love showing this clip. 32 years ago today, Ken Griffey Sr. and his son, Ken Griffey Jr., the kid, went back-to-back, the only time that has ever happened in the history of baseball, and probably the only time it's ever going to happen. You guys know the drill. My name's Fuzzy. I do this every single day. Aaron Judge hit not just one, but 2 home runs at Fenway last night. We had a near no-hitter down in Minnesota, and Jacob DeGoat was back on the bump, but he did not look like the GOAT. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button yet, this month is the perfect time to do so because every new subscriber that we get, we will be making a donation to Stand Up to Cancer. We almost have $200 donated, so hit that subscribe button. And also, a quick little update. A lot of people were thinking that Zach Littell was going to get DFA'd or optioned because of his little stunt that he made publicly against Gabe Kapler, the manager of the Giants. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He was optioned to AAA. He will not be on the team for the rest of the year. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the games from yesterday. So 3 separate RBI 2-baggers brought home the Rangers' first 3 runs when Adolis Garcia broke that double streak with a 2-run bomb. He has 25 home runs, 24 stolen bases. He is most definitely thinking about going 30-30. I mean, who wouldn't? And here comes the rookie. Mark Mathias had a career day. He belted that RBI double earlier in the game and then 2 home runs to finish off this one against the A's. The second one, a walk-off tater. There is a 0 chance he keeps up the insane .460 on base percentage that he has with the Rangers, but it's always cool to see a guy break out a little bit. The Dodgers can officially clinch the NL West with a W, and my friend helped make that happen. That 2-run moonshot went 440 feet, which is crazy because Freddie Freeman then beat Joey Gallo. Freddie's home run went 442 feet. Max Muncy joined in on the fun as well, and Clayton Kershaw was maybe the best pitcher in baseball yesterday aside from Joe Ryan. We'll talk about him in just a moment. Clayton Kershaw went 7 shutout innings, allowing just 2 base hits. He was vintage Clayton Kershaw. He struck out, I think, 5 along the way. LA is now 55 games over 500, and yes, they have made the playoffs already. You know who else looked like vintage version of their former self? Darvish. After Will Myers gave his pitcher the lead on a double in the 4th inning, Darvish never looked back. Shutting down any MLB team over 8 innings isn't easy, let alone doing it against the Mariners, who have been playing very well over the last few months. He now owns a very solid 3.16 ERA this year, and he gave up the ball to Josh Hader, who struck out the side. He has 32 saves now, and over his last 5 innings, he struck out 6 while only giving up 2 base hits. I don't want to jinx him, but I think Josh Hader is back. All right, enough wasting time. Let's talk about this Aaron Judge fella. Well, I guess first we have to show this cheater. I'm not sorry for saying that. He stole money from the Minnesota Twins because he cannot hit baseballs without trash cans. But Marwin Gonzalez, the fact is he has an 84 OPS plus since 2017, the year that he cheated, so I'm just not a fan of him. Aaron Judge showed off the all-time great pop by going the other way for his 56th home run of the year, and that prodigious shot was his 57th. He is hitting a home run every 9 at-bats, which if the season ended today, that would be one of the better records in baseball history. I think that would match Barry Bonds, and I mean, Aaron Judge, to me, is the MVP right now. There's no way that he doesn't win. I'm just throwing that out there. I know there are a lot of Shohei Ohtani truthers, and I don't blame you for saying Shohei should be the MVP, but in my opinion, this is the year in which we should have a co-MVP, so maybe that's where we're going to end up. Anyways, Gleyber Torres saves the day for the Yankees. They have won 3 in a row. They are 6 games ahead of anyone in that division. And speaking of being ahead, Kyle Schwarber has 37 home runs, so he is the second in the home run race. Aaron Judge has 20 more than him, which is crazy to say out loud. So San Diego is trying to catch up to the Phillies while also trying to maintain distance between them and the Brewers. Let's talk about the Phillies real quick. Bailey Falter only faltered once, and that was on a solo shot to Brian De La Cruz. He tried his best to match Sandy Alcantara, but Sandy, he tossed 6 shutouts, so he was a little bit better than Bailey. But the problem is, the Marlins, if they don't score, Sandy can't do it all. He left a 99 sinker over the heart of the plate, and 7th rounder Nick Maton, he did not miss it. He's hitting .286 with a 195 OPS plus in 22 games. David Robertson, he came in, he shut it down for his 20th save of the year. So the Phillies, they catch a W. What about the Brewers? The Cardinals and Milwaukee, they both know a ton is at stake in this series, and they proved it because they were going kind of jab for jab. Milwaukee went up a few after Adames and McCutchen popped off for some RBI doubles. only to have Nolan Arenado and the Machine team up to even up the score. Jordan Montgomery was on the bump, so he's probably going to be able to call, oh my, never mind. He leaves after allowing 6 runs on the day. Only 4 of them were earned. I just want to give him that, I guess. Andrew McCutchen is now just 11 doubles away from 400 in his career and 13 home runs away from 300 career home runs. I don't know if he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he is certainly adding to the counting stats. Hunter Renfroe had a single to cap off a huge night for the Brewers. They have won 3 in a row, and they are 2 games back of the Padres for that final wildcard spot. Dansby Swanson had a big 3 RBI day, and that propelled Kyle Wright to his 18th win? I had no idea Kyle Wright had that many. Regardless, Dansby jolted his 20th home run. He is now 3 stolen bases away from being the latest member of the 2020 club. Michael Harris and Dansby Swanson, they made it 5 runs after some RBI singles. And I just really like what the Braves have assembled this year. They're good at basically everything, although Kenley Jansen, he's still a little bit shaky and scares me going into the postseason. Now, if you've been keeping up with these videos, you already know that if we talk about the Braves, we have to talk about the Mets and see if the trend continues. If the Braves lose, the Mets lose. If the Mets win, the Braves win. The trend did not continue yesterday. The Cubs actually made Jacob deGrom look like a mortal human as Ian Happ cracked deGrom's armor a little bit with his 17th home run of the year, and 2 sac flies later, the Chicago Cubs were up by 3. And Adrian Sampson actually outpitched Jacob deGrom. I never thought I would say that out loud, but it did happen. This is the big leagues, and at any given moment, a guy that hasn't been good can pop off because at one point or another, he has been elite and considered good at his job. David Bodie went yard, and the Mets are now just a half game ahead of the Braves for first place in the NL East. Now, there were 2 doubleheaders from yesterday, but let's talk about the Jays and the Blue Jays doubleheader real quick. So Tampa Bay, they won the first game in the most boring way possible. They did not have a single long ball in this one. Randy had 2 RBI groundouts, not very fun, but Randy flew around the bases in the 4th to score on a Manuel Margot single, so that was kind of fun. Tampa Bay, they went at 4-0, and Jeffrey Springs was cooking 6 more shutout frames. He owns a 2.41 ERA on the season, over 115 innings, so that's a fairly big sample size. Toronto attempted a comeback, but it was thwarted by Peter Unfairbanks because he is unfair. 2 strikeouts for his 7th save. And Toronto, they're looking for some payback in game number 2. And I'm thinking the Blue Jays just got angry at themselves because they had Alek Manoah on the bump. They need this W, and Whit Merrifield, who has been atrocious for Toronto, he actually was able to turn into 2-hit Whit. So there he is with an RBI double, or 2 RBI double. You have George Springer. He must have heard me saying that him and Vladdy have had their powers zapped over the last month. He launches a 2-run bomb, and the Blue Jays win easy in game number 2, 7-2. Gunnar Henderson has such a smooth swing. He is going to be so good for a long time. Ryan Mountcastle, he clutched up to tie it in the 5th, and he's only 25 years old. I seriously think he can be the next JD Martinez if he learns how to put the ball in play a little bit more consistently. Austin Hayes puts the finishing touches on a fun little comeback versus a not so great team, but a W is a W. Felix Bautista, the Mountain, strikes out 2. He has 13 saves. I'm hoping that Carlos Correa and Jose Miranda are teammates next year because they've been a lot of fun to watch all year. They combined to make it 2-0, and then they teamed up again on some home runs to make it a 5 spot before the 6th inning. Gio Urshela hasn't been too shabby this year either. That is 12 home runs and a 114 OPS plus. Okay, enough about the offense. Joe Ryan was out of his mind yesterday. He was taken out with a no-hitter, so 7 no-hit innings. He had 9 punch-outs along the way, but I guess he wasn't as efficient as he could have been. 106 pitches through 7. That's tough. They take him out in Kansas City. They break up the no-hitter. They score a few, but Minnesota, they do win 6-3. 2 contact hitters won it for the White Sox. Eloy Jimenez, known for his contact and definitely not his all-time pop, he socked a 3-run home run, and fellow contact hitter Jose Abreu ran into one as well. I don't know why I thought that would be funny. They can both hit 30-plus home runs in a season if they can stay healthy, but maybe I'm just going crazy. The Twins and the White Sox are stressing me out. I need Cleveland to win this next one. Rookie Cody Morris can be disgusting if he figures out how to throw strikes, which seems to be a big issue with young Cleveland starters. I'm talking about Connor Pilkington and Cody Morris. Either way, he struck out 4 over the first 4 innings, and he left actually losing. But then there's a sac fly from Luke Maile. He ties it up, and I think that we should build a statue right now. Oscar Gonzalez, his 2-run blast gave his team the lead. He now has 32 extra base hits and a 127 OPS plus through 69 games, which actually is going to get better because as I'm recording, he just hit a home run. Emmanuel Clase came in and flexed his 6th stuff, striking out 2 for his league-leading 35th save of the season. And again, this division race is going to make me lose a few years off my life. Yordan Alvarez clubbed his 33rd tater of the year, Bregman drove in a run, and then Kyle Tucker did the same just on a 2-run home run, his 26th of the season. And look at Mini JV. Mini, Justin Verlander, Hunter Brown spun another gem in his second big league start, striking out 6. And at some points, he was looking overwhelming because he's got a 95-mile-per-hour slider. He throws absolute gas. Yuli Gurriel is trying desperately to get that OPS plus back up to league average. After that home run, he has an 89 OPS plus at the ripe age of 38. I keep forgetting that he's that old. You have Ryan Presley coming in and striking out the side. He has 27 saves. And last but not least, the final 2 games, this was a doubleheader. Cabrian Hayes connected for his 7th home run. He has not been able to repeat that 2020 offensive explosion, but he's still really good. He has 18 DRS, 18 defensive run saves, which makes him a wizard at the hot corner. Brian Reynolds now has a home run in back-to-back games, and starter Johan Oviedo was great. Johan threw 5 shutout. He is nasty, but he has to stop walking people. 10 walks in 9 innings with the Pirates. That's not going to cut it, as Cal Mitchell has a 2-run home run. Pittsburgh, they're going to try and go for the doubleheader sweep, and luckily they got a fantastic start from rookie Luis Ortiz. I forgot that this was his MLB debut. So the hard-throwing rookie struck out 5 over 6 frames, but did not get the W because Kevin Newman's RBI single came after Luis Ortiz left. It was in the 7th inning. That was the only run scored in game number 2. The Pirates, they do in fact sweep the doubleheader. They win 1-0. Guys, that does it for today's recap. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If you're an OG subscriber, thank you for always supporting. If you're a brand new viewer, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button because that will directly support Stand Up to Cancer. Thank you all so much for watching, and enjoy the web gems.
See if he tries to hit that hole again.
To right center field. Green on the run, still galloping after it. Leaning, he got it!
Musset in the air, down the line. And Mookie from the middle of nowhere.
There's a big chopper. Suarez recovers, and France able to adjust with his feet over there at first base to clean it up.
18 inches, the 1-0 pitch, a fly ball to center. Celestino breaking in, slides, and Celestino makes a good play in center.
I don't know, is it? I don't know.
Lined out to left. Alex Call sprinting towards the line, into a dive, and an enormous catch from the Nationals left fielder.
Lifted to left field, coming in and making the catch is Mickey Moniak. Put that on the highlight reel.
Line drive, softly hit, Happ sliding, and he makes the catch.
Maldonado to left field. Badu stumbled and now had to lean and make the grab himself.